Hey guys, and welcome back to Left on Red. It's your girl, Sierra Claire, and today we are having a bonus episode, okay? We are getting down to talk about being single in the summer and wanting a summer fling, okay? That's today's episode, summer fling. As you guys know, I'm single. Some of you guys are single. Some of us want to date. I want to get out dating again. I know some of you guys want to get out dating again. It's summer. The weather is nice. If you're here in New York or in the Northeast area, you just know this is prime time because we don't get good weather year round. So I am single, ready to mingle. But yet, some people are saying maybe I shouldn't be mingling. Okay, so we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about how I'm feeling post breakup, where I would like to be in my dating life, what others are telling me. And I really want to know, what are you guys thinking? Are you single as well? Are you ready to mingle? Should we do like a singles mixer or something here in New York? Like, I don't know. I feel like I want to put something together by Labor Day or like before Labor Day. So something in August and just like all the singles come out and have a good time, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. I'll leave a little like section on Instagram stories and then just like reply there and like let me know because that's where I'm thinking. So let's get into this. Post breakup, how I'm feeling. I feel great. I feel very clear. It's been a month since we broke up because at this point we would have been like 2 days out to going to that baseball game that I told you guys about. So it's been a full month being broken up. We broke up in May. So I feel so much better. Obviously at the time it was very emotional for me, and I think even why we broke up was a very emotional and like sensitive topic around birth control. And since then I have fully made the decision that I am not ready to be on birth control, but I am 100% open to talk to my doctor when I do go in August is what my next appointment. August or like September, I need to check, but I will be going before fall starts, and I want to see like all of the options. However, I just don't feel comfortable having that as an ultimatum, something being held over my head. I didn't feel like I just couldn't do it, and I don't feel like at this moment of my life that I want to or need to be on birth control. But obviously I'm getting older. I don't want any children at the moment. I've even thought like all of this has made me think about like I guess like my reproductive health, in the sense of like I don't want kids anytime soon. And I think wearing a condom, we're gonna get very candid in this episode, okay? I think wearing a condom for me has worked out great and is a great form of protection if you don't want to have kids. Also, knowing your body. And I don't know. I don't think I have like a lot of men that listen to this podcast, but for the ladies, I think most of us, we track our period on an app. I use Flow. I know my body really well. I know when I'm ovulating, when I'm not. I know, just the whole likelihood of when I can and can't get pregnant. I do take that very seriously since like I was in high school. Okay. So when I told that to my ex of like, we can continue to use condoms, and like I take, my cycle very serious, and like I know my body, he like pretty much like laughed. It was like, well, that's not enough. So guys, if you're listening, please know I think that should be enough, and if it's not, get a vasectomy. Sorry, not sorry. So but that's how I'm feeling with like my reproductive health. I'm really happy with the decision I made, and I think that talk had to happen to show like we weren't as compatible as I would have liked for us to be. I even talked about it on the Dating Your Opposite episode, where I'm telling you like how we're so opposite and it's just so different. And I'm thinking like, like I think I was kind of like pushing for it to be what I wanted it to be, when really just like we just weren't compatible, and that's okay. I've learned from that. I know exactly what I want and what I don't want. So that has helped me. However, not really a however. So that has helped me, period. I am ready to be back out in this scene. I think I told you guys I was giving myself the rest of May in my Left on Red, literally part 1 episode. I said, I'm giving myself the whole of May to heal, to recover, and be sad. And I did. And I went to Florida and I saw my family. I think I really got over it when I was in Florida with my family, just because like I'm out of my environment. So, you know, he like it was very easy to kind of still think about things and be sad when you're in your same environment, doing your same kind of routine. But when I went home for a week, I was like, I'm good. I'm solid. So I came back last week, the beginning of June, and I feel like great. So I am ready to talk to people. Okay. I've gotten on the apps, Coffee Meets Bagel, and another app called First something. Oh my gosh, I wish I remember the name, but I don't remember. It's like you don't even talk. You like you just match. You guys find like a dating spot and then you go on the date, or like the chat opens up a few hours before your date or whatever. So I'm on those 2 apps. Now Coffee Meets Bagel was okay. I got a few matches here and there, okay conversations, but like I just wasn't feeling it. Then on the other app that I wish I can remember the name, but I will write it in the description of this episode. I got a few like swipes of like people proposing and like a date or idea or a cocktail, but I just wasn't feeling the guys on there. I really was not feeling the guys on there, and that's okay. Like I was just like, not my thing. I like the idea of it, of like just getting to the first date and then, you know, only chatting a little bit before. I love the idea, but I just wasn't feeling it. I think I'm over the apps. I'm 100 completely over dating apps. And this is nothing against Coffee Meets Bagel or the other app that I'm referring to. I think most of the world kind of just feels like we are dating app fatigued and we're back in the wild meeting people. And that's what I want to do. I want to be back in the wild meeting somebody. I went to a rooftop party with my friends over the weekend, and well, last weekend, I guess, and it was really fun. There was so many hot men, so many, and it was just all vibes. However, I'm traditional. I am not approaching a man whatsoever. But I did have a guy approach me. He was not my type, but it was a very funny interaction I want to share. So like we were all, you know, it's like a rooftop party, so everybody's like dancing, having a good time, and he I think my hands were open or something, and I was dancing. I don't remember, but my hands were open, and he like comes to like he like dances over to me. I didn't really see him dancing over to me because I had on my shades, and he like puts his pinky out, and I'm like, he had his pinky out for me to like grab his pinky, you know, like so like for me to like take my pinky and grab his pinky, and I did. Now it was like funny, and then he was just like, oh, like you're so pretty, da da da, you're so fine. And I was like, oh, really? And then he gets closer, like in my face, like about to kiss me. And I was like, oh, you want to kiss me like you're my man, my man, my man. And he was like, oh, but I can be. And guys, I just bust out laughing. I was like, there's no way. And he started laughing too. And he was just like, I just have to let you know that you're so pretty, and whatever. And I was like, thanks. But like, you know, that was a very funny interaction. But the men are out, okay? The men are out. Fine men are out. Medium, ugly, doesn't matter. Any type of guy you're looking for or is yours type, they're outside. We have to be outside this summer, okay? That's a rooftop party. That's even if you guys don't even want to go to a rooftop, even if you don't drink and you're sober, whatever you guys want to do, just make sure you're outside. That could be a pottery class, tennis, pickleball, a running club, walking club, concert, rooftop party, drinking, day party, brunch, dinners. I don't care what we're doing, okay? We're doing what we want. We're doing what we like is fun. We're trying something new, and then we're outside. The men are out. We're all single. So I was like, okay, this is a great start to summer. And now I'm kind of like, I think I want to go speed dating again. I think I want to, you know, just be in different environments and be open. I feel like when you have your mind open to wanting to find somebody and you put yourself out there, it's 2 things. 1, you have to be open, okay? That's telling yourself, I am open to meeting someone. Mind you, being open doesn't mean you drop your standards. You keep your standards. I'm open to meeting somebody. My standards are intact. My red flags are intact. I'm going to have a good time doing this, and just have that kind of attitude. I like to have the attitude of like, I'm here for a good time, hopefully a long time, but if not, that's okay. It's not like that's okay. And just I think when you go in having like no expectations, like no expectations from the other person, like from yourself, like I expect to go out and have a good time, even if the venue isn't like this or this didn't happen. I will actively search to find good moments in my night or day out. And if I meet someone, cool, but I have no expectation to meet someone. And I think that's when we start meeting people, because that's how I felt when I went speed dating last time, and look where that got me. So I think you have to have that type of mindset. Now, I had my guy best friend, tell me last night, I was like, look, I'm out, I'm ready to meet somebody. And he was like, he's like, I thought it was a healing girl summer. I'm like, yeah, you learn from your mistakes, you're healing, you're doing things for yourself, but you can still talk to people. And he's like, I think you should be single for a little bit. And this is where I disagree. Heavily disagree. I may be the only person that has a very unpopular opinion about this, but I think when you end a relationship, you should 100% take some time for yourself. Short relationship, long, in the middle, whatever. You should take time for yourself. You should 100% do the solo dates, 100% journal, therapy, whatever is, your method. And once you slowly get out of that funk, I'm not going to put a time on it because everybody is different. And however long you were in the relationship, is different. Like it gets hard. But as you slowly start to come to the realization that this ending was good for you, you should slowly start to go out again, and you start small. So you go from the solo dates, the crying and therapy, then you upgrade to going out with your friends and laughing like you never laughed before, to then being open to going out maybe on a date or going out with friends and looking for a date, or maybe being on you kind of slowly progress. I think when you take so much time to quote unquote figure yourself out, spend time alone, isolate yourself, you're not doing yourself there's a disservice in that. And that disservice is you are taking away time to practice the skills that you learned from your last relationship to find your person. Not the time wise, but the lessons that you have learned, that because you need to practice it. And what I mean by that is when you leave a relationship and you have that reflecting moment, right? That's tier one, the crying, therapy, journaling, calling your friend, eating your ice, like that whole section, however long that takes you. I don't care if it's a month, 2 weeks, 6 months, even a year, because some relationships are really tough on people and you may just need a year. However long that may be, in that time, you should have learned what you did wrong, what your partner did wrong, and what you will accept, what you won't accept, in your own behavior that you want to change. Once you're out of that funk, I don't care how what the time frame is. Once you are ready, you need to start going out and being open to meeting people. That doesn't mean you need to go on a whole bunch of dates. That doesn't mean you need to have sex with them on the first night. It just means you need to start practicing everything you just learned. Practice, like the phrase practice makes perfect, it really does. It's that repetition. Because what happened to me, I got out of relationship like right before COVID started. And then during COVID, I didn't know how depressed I was. I was so depressed. I had like high functioning depression because I was in grad school and there was COVID. And I didn't talk to anybody for like 16 months. Like, swear to God, like didn't talk to anybody, had no sex drive. Like I wanted to be like so alone. And obviously COVID just emphasized that when I started dating, when I like went to therapy and I was slowly starting to realize like, oh wait, I'm depressed and I need to figure this out. When I was coming out of my depression and I went to date, it was so hard. Not because obviously I was isolated, but everything from my last relationship that I learned or thought I learned or whatever, I wasn't practicing it. And I let some of my guard down. Like I let my own standards down because I didn't really know myself. I let the things I didn't like that I did in my last relationship happen again. So like when you take this big gap from ending the relationship, being out the funk and going into the funk and leaving the funk, you need to be practicing. Okay? You need to be practicing. You can just go out, meet a guy, talk to them, maybe give them your number, maybe not. It's just practice. It's just flirting. It's just getting you ready for your person. So that's how I feel. Is I am single, ready to mingle. Okay? I'm not ready to, if I find my person, great. If I don't, at this moment in time, I'm honestly not so worried because like my first love is the podcast right now. Like that's my love, that's my baby. This is what I want to do. So I feel like my career is more of my focus. Um, but I want to, I want to date. And I think that's okay to say I ended something a little while ago. I've identified what I did wrong and what I won't accept moving forward, and I'm ready to meet new people. No matter the time frame. That's okay. So that's where I'm at in my dating life. Okay. I have no news yet. I feel like I went through a whole lot of character development with you guys from March to the end of May. And it's been a bit quiet. It's been a bit quiet. So when they say when things are quiet, things are stirring up. So it's quiet for the moment, and I'm okay with that. I am gonna go out again this weekend with my friends. If I meet somebody cool, if I don't, cool. I'm still gonna have a great time. And I'm going to start like actively searching up singles events next week. And I'm going to get back out there because listen, guys, your person may not be the Amazon driver, the FedEx or UPS or USPS. Like you can't stay in your house and hope your husband's going to come knocking on your door. No, you have to have the mindset and get your ass out fucking side. Okay. And just practice. Practice makes perfect. I am not perfect. I have identified a few flaws in my last relationship that I don't want to bring into my new one. And the more I practice and talk to different people, the better I'll get. And I'll be like in full form for my person. So I'm really excited. And that's it, guys. All right. Bonus episode, single, ready to mingle. Let me know. Are you guys single? Are you guys in a relationship? I know some of you guys are in a relationship because you guys DM me and tell me about your partner and different things that work for you guys. And you guys love like the single stories. So let me know. Let me know if you guys are in a relationship, if you're single, what's happening. I'm so curious to know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.